guys, back here today with another video. But before I start, of course, please do not forget to subscribe. And yeah, so let's get into it. So today we are talking about the power of forgiveness. Now, I know for a lot of people that is a very, touchy topic. It's a very hard thing to do. I've been in those shoes. It's been hard for me. And sometimes even in situations that I may come across may still be hard. But forgiveness is really important. So this is why we will be talking about that today. And there's different levels of forgiveness depending on the person and who you're dealing with. There could be like you could be in a situation where you're in a situation with a sibling, like a family member, or just anyone that you're gonna have to see again, whether it's at a family event or you guys have like a business together. A business partner may upset you and now you still have to see that person, or you sharing children with that person, or being your mother, your father, just any situation like that where you constantly have to see someone and communicate with them in some shape or form. Forgiving them is usually an easier route to take as opposed to being upset. And I don't want to say usually, it's always the right way. Forgiveness in general is always the right way of life because that will set you free. But we will get into the reasons why later. But for now, yeah, you want to forgive these people because now what that does is, imagine like you having to go to a family function, let's say, and there's this cousin there that said some mean things to you or something before, and now you're upset. So now you're at this family event. You can't even enjoy your time like with the other family members and really be in a good time because now your face is all mad. Now you're upset. Now you're holding in like this anger inside of you. And what happens is when we carry it inside of us, this anger, this hate, this feud, this emotional poison inside of us, that creates a hell within us, and the goal of life is to live in heaven. It's not to live in hell. So I've been there, so I know you guys have been there, where there's been those times when you're so upset and you literally feel the fire inside of you. Like you feel it. Like, have you seen back in the day in the cartoons where, you see a character get so upset and you see the smoke coming out their ears or the fire coming out their eyes? Like, obviously that's really animated, but the point is, it's like really showing you, it's a picture showing you what it really looks like when you're upset and when you hold in that anger. You're not allowing any light to come inside of you. You're not allowing any goodness. So back to the family event. Now you're at this event. You're sitting there, all tight, and you're watching that cousin, and you're grilling them, and you're just feeling some type of way. Now imagine this situation where you go to this family function and you forgave this cousin. You forgave them for whatever they have said to you. And trust me, you guys, forgiving someone is not forgetting. But basically now you're like, okay, I forgive this person. So now you could actually go into this, function. You could smile with them. You could smile with everyone else. You could kind of be a little bit more loose. You could be a little bit more free. Okay? You set yourself free because now you're not holding in that tension, that anger, because it's just not good for you. When we hold in that anger, it can lead to physical illness. You ever get so mad you feel your heart beating? Like things like that lead to actual heart problems. Or you get so mad because you're so upset with someone, you can't forgive them or control the situation, and now you're getting anxiety and depression, and that leads to real life problems. So forgiving someone is not, when you're forgiving someone, you're not doing it for them. You're forgiving someone for you. You're doing it as a service to yourself. Like I said, we're not here to reject ourselves. It's all about self-love. So to forgive is to love. It's to love yourself and to say, you know what, I don't deserve to feel this way. All right, so I'm going to give you guys 8 reasons why we should forgive. I already kind of gave you the first reason, which I said it sets you free. It sets you free, it releases that tension inside of you. It allows for, the light to come in. It allows for the darkness to release from inside of your heart, from your soul. And secondly, reason number 2 is it helps you move on with your life. Imagine, you went through a situation with someone and now you're holding on to the past. You know, and holding on to the past is not even going to allow you to see the new great things coming into your life, because you're always just thinking about what, you know, what happened in the past and what this person did to you. And, you know, now this person's probably like moved on with their life or has forgiven you and is like whatever, and you're still upset and you're holding on. That is stopping from your blessings to come into you. That is stopping you from moving on with your life. You have to let it go. You have to, you know. And like I said, sometimes it could be a situation with someone that you have to still communicate with, but sometimes it could be a situation where it's someone that you don't ever have to see or communicate with. But you know, it could be like a situation that a stranger did to you. You know, they did something to your family member, or they did something to you, and it could get really dramatic. You know, it could really be a bad situation. But it gets to the point you got to tell yourself, like, okay, if I allow myself to continually be upset about the situation, now what you have done is you have put yourself in a trap. You have allowed this person to now take control over your mind, your thoughts, and your actions. Brings you back to that situation, you know. It doesn't allow you to be free. It doesn't allow you, you know, to think of good things and good experiences and to enjoy good things, because it's definitely not easy. Nobody said it's going to be easy. Forgiving is not an easy thing. And the best thing you want to do is recognize your feelings towards whatever situation it is that you went through. Recognize that those feelings are there. Allow those feelings to be there. Let them process, you know, let it process, and then take action. Tell yourself, you know what, do I want to live like this? Do I want to live with this, you know, this anguish and this burden and this baggage inside my heart? Do I really want to sit here and not allow myself to be free, you know, to live, to breathe, okay, without always feeling that heaviness? And I mean, if you're a person like me who's always about building and growing and just getting to the next level, then the answer is no, you don't want that. So even like I said, if it's a stranger, just forgive them. And even if you forgive them, you don't forget. You know, you never forget what you went through or what someone has put you through. But you just forgive them and you move on with your life. Reason number 3 to forgive is because when you forgive, it allows you to begin healing from a situation. It allows you now to get your mental state of mind together. It allows you to physically get yourself together. It allows you to look at the situation in a different light and say, you know what, I went through this, we went through that, but you know what, I'm over it. I'm letting it go. It is what it is. And now I'm going to start working on me. I'm going to start healing from this situation. I'm going to start getting better. Just like a physical cut, you get a cut, it gotta heal. Just like if somebody hurts, you know, cuts your heart or you get hurt, it has to heal. But holding on and being upset and not forgiving is never, ever going to allow you to heal. Reason number 4, it removes malice from your heart. It releases that anger, that pain, that aggression, that ugliness, you know, that aggressiveness, that like you always seeing that person and like I said, even if you don't see them ever, but even thinking about the person or whatever it is. Number 5, you're no longer giving someone, you know, authority over your thoughts, which I mentioned. Number 6, now you have a peace of mind. A peace of mind. Come on, we all want a peace of mind. I love my peace of mind, okay? Having your peace of mind, now you can go to sleep at night not thinking like, oh my God, like, oh, damn, you know what? I can't wait to just let that person know how I feel, or I can't forgive them, and you know, you're just upset. It's like, no, there's no peace. You're not at peace. You're at war. And really, you're kind of at war not only with that person, but you're at war with yourself. Because whenever, you know, you're carrying that malice inside, that's hurting you. Every day, every single day, that is hurting you. Reason number 7, blessings. Your blessings. When you forgive, you allow your blessings to come to you. Okay, you allow, when you're putting out good to the world, good comes back to you. When you're putting out bad, negative energy to the world, to the universe, I should say, that energy comes back to you. So when you're not forgiving someone, That's a negative energy. So now that's blocking your blessings. Let's say, for example, imagine like a child who grew up, let's say, with no father their whole life, right? And their whole life they've been upset because they never ever got to meet their father because the father wasn't there. And sometimes we don't know, it's important to forgive because we don't know what that father went through. We don't know what his belief system was growing up. We don't know how his parents raised him that caused him now to raise his child like that. Yes, it may be wrong that, he stepped out and never seen his child, for like 20 years or whatever. But, instead of assuming something and of getting upset, let's choose an easier route for our own good and for our own self-love and say, you know what? This person obviously wasn't in the right state of mind or whatever the case is. Yes, I have been upset about it, but now I'm at a time where I'm open to forgiving this person. And now, 20 years later, this father reaches out to you and says, hey, you know what? I want to be in your life. I want to see you. You have two ways it could go. A lot of people will say, no, why would I want to see you? You wasn't there for all my life, which is obviously the anger, frustration, the emotions, which is okay to understand, like that will arise in some situations. Face it, realize it. But also another way it could go is, you know what? Fine, yeah. I would love to see you. Knowing in your heart that you're upset, but you're allowing yourself to, to meet your father. You're allowing to meet him and for him to tell you, you know what? I'm sorry for all these years and stuff like that. And if the person is showing you love and he's telling you he's sorry because of whatever he went through, it's probably in your best interest to just forgive him. Forgive him for what's happened. And like I said, forgiving him is not forgetting. You are not forgetting those 20 years that you had to miss without having your father in your life and the things that you had to go through and whatnot. And he, he's going to pay for that too. There's this whole thing that is called karma. He has had to face his karma. Everyone faces good or bad karma based on the decisions that they make in life. So the best thing you could do is just forgive him, and forgiving him doesn't mean also that you have to now have a perfect relationship with him or, you guys need to hang out and not pretend like everything's okay. No, forgiving him literally just means like, okay, you know what? It happened. We're going to put that in the past. I didn't forget. And now let's just move on. Let's just move on. And all it really means is releasing yourself, setting yourself free, allowing for, the malice in your heart to go. So now that you can receive love inside your heart. That is the way the universe works. It doesn't work with negativity, with bad energy. You putting bad energy out is coming back to you. Last but not least, reason that we should forgive others is simply wraps up all the other reasons, which is allowing yourself to live. You're allowing yourself to do the things and think the way that you want to think. No longer in the control of somebody else who did something to you. Now if you see them, you could still go about your life. You could still, do what you need to do. Not have yourself all closed up, your face all upset because they're around. No, you could just live your life. We got to always seek for the truth. And the truth is love. The truth is forgiveness. The truth is self-discipline. All of that. All good energy, okay? So let's learn to forgive others. And not only others, but ourselves. That is the biggest part of all of this. Please forgive yourself, because we are not perfect. We go through situations in life where like we look at ourselves 5 years back, 10 years back, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I was really like that. I was really doing those things, and it's okay to realize that, but say, you know what? I forgive myself because now I'm grown. Now I have grown. Now I have gone through experiences that have opened my eyes. That is my video today about forgiveness. Comment below in the comment section so that we can start a conversation. I can see, so far what video you guys are liking and what other types of videos that you guys would like to see me talk about. All right, so I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for